Yesterday, I was super busy, and when I woke up this morning, my body was so tired, my eyes were burning, and I couldn't fall back to sleep because my mind was just so energized. I woke up around like 6:10 or so because like school conditioning. And me being up mentally, I was thinking about doing stuff productive, like going to the gym, making videos, recording the videos, and getting all that stuff up right. But I was also contemplating doing those since my body wasn't prepared. And honestly, now thinking back, that is a very stupid reason to do that because all I need to make these videos is a good mind. Because, like, since it's a faceless channel, I don't really need to worry about showing my body on a camera. And my voice, I don't think my voice is about to be affected by my body's tiredness. So I was just making stupid excuses. However, I got to complete one good thing on my routine, which was listening to the Bible app. But I wasn't fully locked in. But since I did partially a good thing, I wanted to do another good thing on my schedule, which was coming up with new video ideas. As soon as I started doing this, I closed my eyes and I'd even last like 2 minutes before I try falling back to sleep. And unfortunately, I couldn't go back to sleep since once again, was just I was thinking too much. But if I did go to sleep, that would have been the better alternative than what I did. While my eyes were closed, my mind was just wandering. My body was also comfortable. At this point, I'm on the floor because I never got up. I just slid onto the floor. It felt comfortable. And randomly, I started having a lot of these provocative thoughts. I say provocative just to sound more fancy. It's just thoughts of porn. I tried repressing it because I just wanted to go back to sleep. That was my main motivation at the time. Just go back to sleep. Once I get up, I'll actually do the productive things I wanted to do. But I couldn't go back to sleep. So I changed position. So I went back into the bed and I was just laying down on my back. And let's just say that the tension that I was repressing just went through my body, and then it just exploded. I wasted like an hour and a half doing you know what. Actually, I think it's late enough as other video where I can just talk normally. I spent like an hour and a half just edging. So meaning that I started and then I stopped when I got too close. I got bored and then I tried looking for another thing, which took like 3 or 4 minutes, and then I started the process over again. After that session of regret, I still had no motivation to do anything productive. So I went ahead and went to the kitchen and started eating some junk. After eating the junk, I watched some not helpful YouTube videos. Then I went into the living room and laid down and passed out. After that nap, I still felt like doing nothing, but I'm here now. So, what did I change from before the nap to after the nap? It's because I thought of doing things one step at a time. So the first thing I needed to do was wash dishes because I just got done eating, right? I didn't feel like washing no dishes, but I just said all you have to do is stand up and get to the kitchen, which I did. It was easy. And then I started to turn the water on and put the soap on a rag and started washing the dishes. This is example of one step at a time. Let me explain it though. If you haven't picked up or if you haven't been explained one step at a time already. One step at a time is when you take a task and you basically like slice it up into very small, stupid little goals, and then you complete the small, stupid little goals. And by the end of all those goals, you complete the whole task without even knowing. This is a very good solution for procrastination, which I was doing all this morning. And it's because people often fear doing a task, right? They often fear doing a task that they know it's going to be a little bit more demanding, especially when it's morning time. Like, when it's morning time, most people don't really want to do a lot because you just got up, right? And this fear gets amplified because if it's morning time, how it was for me, you have to think about what you're going to be doing all day long. And that basically just like combines it to this thing that you just want to avoid at all times. However, if you take it one step at a time, so think about the first task that you have to do and then split that task up into these small goals. And then I keep saying and then. I don't even know why I said and then. What was I saying? Okay, split them up into small little pieces and complete those small little pieces. Then we'll start to get inside a little flow state where the next task shouldn't be as hard as the previous task that we just completed. Another thing about procrastination is that procrastination is mainly a mental issue. One step at a time is helpful, but if we don't solve the mental issue of being just unmotivated to do anything, then it's really just like if you ever watched this one video where it's like this marker and this eraser that's going around inside of a circle where the marker draws something and then the eraser erases what the marker drew. It's basically like doing that. It's like working and then also erasing progress at the same time, since the main issue isn't being solved. Now, I'm no therapist, so I really can't say the exact things that will help you, but what helped me was that there was like two main issues I was suffering from. One was just like me being inferior to people I watch, so inferior complex, and then the second was being an imposter, because before making these little Minecraft videos, I tried doing the same thing on another channel where I was just talking about stuff, but I was really being like a parent because I watched a ton of self-improvement, and then I mock what these people I watch say on my videos. But most of the time I followed, but there was like some times where I didn't follow the advice that I was saying to people. So starting with the inferior complex, I made a video already about starting when you're not ready. Starting when you're not ready is a very good way to subside this complex. While we're watching people that have the things that we want to have, most of the world feels one or two emotions. They either feel hatred or envy or jealousy or sadness. But both of those things is due to them being inferior, since those people don't have the things that these people that they're watching have. And some of that stuff can affect us too, this inferior mindset. However, they didn't just receive that. Well, some people do receive just these amazing things, but most people don't just receive the things that you see on Instagram, right? They don't just receive this car. They don't just receive this beautiful woman. They have to work for it, and we can work for things too. The work don't have to be excellent work when you first begin. That's something I never really realized, because when I tried making videos back then, I thought they had to be excellent. I tried my absolute hardest, but it was so diminishing, because I was also looking at the views and the retention. It just wasn't matching up. I put all this work in and I didn't get anything. You have to enjoy the journey too, right? You have to enjoy doing the process. You gotta enjoy doing the work to get to this reward that you want. And the second issue is feeling like an imposter. To solve that, it's just don't talk about things that you haven't experienced, right? When I'm making a video, I think about what is something I have experienced, and I'm pretty confident in saying that I found a way to overcome this problem. If I'm not super confident that I know a way that I overcome this problem, then I'm not going to make a video about it. Like, it don't make sense. Everybody's at different levels inside of life, and if you are also aspiring to like make videos, or anytime that you're telling a story and you want to help somebody out, don't pretend to know something that you don't. Like, all of this stuff will feed into procrastination, and procrastination is the enemy, because idle hands is the devil's workshop, and we definitely don't want to be anything related to that creature. Anyways, that's the end of my yapping session. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. And I'm out of here. Watch other videos. Bye bye.